We're going to visit a place most people will never see. It's the production site for Doc Martin. Eric shot this in Tom Hardy's trusty, well-used SUV. Country lanes are as small as the streets of Port Isaac, and since they're so narrow, people have to pull over by turnouts and let one pass, and you blink your lights. During the early series, the production offices were in Port Isaac, but they were soon outgrown. Production sites house all the people needed to make a TV series. Makeup people, props, costumes, logistic people for scheduling, producers, and of course, kitchens and eating places.
My Steadicam let me down.
Here, as we come onto the property, we see the first signs that we are in fact in the land of showbiz. Then we turn right and go alongside these sheds to the left. Later we'll see that they're covering 10 or so leased caravans that the crew uses for various important functions, like breakfast. This is still a working farm, and the owner, L.R. Slolum, keeps his equipment in this barn to the right. We see the first of the steel trailers for housing staff. Here it's for producers. And Tom wheels in to the left, and we see the most important barn.
Rubinson, we're at the farm. This is the base of operations for Doc Martin. Every morning they come here, and this is where they get their makeup done, and then from here they are transferred to the village of Port Isaac, where they shoot lots and lots of stuff. So that's what we do.
And here's our colleague,
Eric Luskin. Hello. Very famous Bostonian.
Yeah. And tell us about the buildings, gentlemen.
These buildings? That building, believe it or not, is that's where the interiors, that's where the doc's surgery. So the exterior is over there in Port Isaac, Port Wen, and the interior, open that up, and that's where they shoot. So when it rains, or they'll do bunches and bunches of interior shots, all in one batch.
And then over there in that wonderful farmhouse setting are the production offices. So when you go over there, you'll see photos of all of the cast members up on the wall there, and they take care of all of the bureaucratic intricacies of a global enterprise.
I want to spend a few seconds just talking about these trailers that you see in front of us, sheltered amongst the sheds. Each trailer, it appears, has specific functions. Like there's the kitchen van trailer, then there is a trailer or a caravan where people eat, and then there is a trailer where people make up, do their business. Here we see Rubes visiting with the ladies who are running the laundry and dry cleaning operation. And then we see trailers whose major function is to house the stars. That is the principal actors. Like here is Bert, and here are the babies. And they each seem to get about a half a trailer. Now trailers are in distinction to these portable steel offices. The editing suites, they can stack them. They tend to be more spacious, or in this last case, they are used by the producers. Everything is quite Spartan. Here we see the executive producer, Mark Crawley, posing with his obligatory APT sweatshirt, and outside for a still with Eric. This next sequence deals with a ritual. In this case, eating breakfast. When you're on location, shooting away from home, say in Cornwall, life's simple necessities take on new meaning. Here we enter the labyrinth of caravans. Here's Paul. It is a cold and rainy morning. We pass the limos.
It's raining in the moors.
And here's Joe Epsom. The first morning we stood behind Martin. Now you understand, we're getting a proper English breakfast. Here's Rubes and Paul. Here's someone signaling us the trailer. The eating caravan, where we see the staff having breakfast. Here we see Eric on the first day conversing with Tom Harding, our videographer. And since this is a media, the trailer comes complete with satellite TV, tuned, of course, to the news and weather. And here am I, videoing the plate, and oh, the calories.
Which is very similar to the one that David is having this morning.
Well,
I might add, his is already partially consumed.
Because he needed the strength to take a picture of it.
I think proper implies fried eggs. Fried eggs rather than scrambled eggs.
And you'll notice there are no tomatoes.
Tomatoes. He's missing the
Tomato
tomatoes.
free. How wretched little things. Tomatoes.
All right.
What's the Cornish way of saying tomato?
Just tomatoes. Just tomatoes. This is Paul, our august driver.
Translator.
Our British translator of Cornwallese.
So here's the box score. Now fortified, we move on to the production trailer and the farmhouse. We see these paper signs tacked here. You wonder how they survive with all this rain. Yet another paper sign. And you see how old and worn the building is. The clutter of old wires, trash waiting to be picked up. And you catch a glimpse of where the staff parks their cars. And we see Eric, Rubes, and Paul waiting to go into the offices. Well, the house at first looks huge and formidable. Inside, it's quite small.
Sort of looking. Yeah, wonderful.
This is really exciting.
This is Philippa.
Tour of the Doc Martin set.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're standing in an old grain barn. When I first saw this barn, it was literally full to the roof of grain. And I just could not believe that we could ever build a set in here. But the farmer assured us we could, so he cleared it out, and it now looks like Shepperton or somewhere. It's fantastic. Wow. So this is the front door of the surgery. So when you see people knocking on the door outside in Port Wen, this is the door, and then we have a backdrop behind us of the village.
And how fancy this outfit is. They've been able to use their own Xerox machine to produce a quality sign that introduces the production of. And now I would like to welcome my friend, Tom.
Good morning.
And he is the videographer, self-taught, a fine family man, and a Cornish videographer.
Well, yeah. I'm not actually Cornish, but I've lived down here for the last 12 years, and I love it. Great place to live.
Yes, and see his appropriate garb, civilian from out of state or out of country. Out of country. And I, of course, and this is the summer outfit that one would wear in wonderful Cornwall.
Where the sun is shining at the moment. So let's get some work done.
All right, thank you.
What do we want to do? Down into the village, do some stuff?
Yeah.
This trip out to the farm stressed that a large number of people labor long hours just to keep the tip of the iceberg above the water. Day in and day out, for more than 4 months, these folks work in Spartan conditions, put in 11-hour days. And this is common for most TV and film production, hence the leasing companies and their caravans. For the 6th series, most of these production people have returned again and again to work with Martin, Philippa, and Mark. What makes it tolerable are the rituals of behavior, whether it's a proper English breakfast or blinking to allow someone to pass on a country lane. As we shall see elsewhere, unexpected violation of these rituals and norms explains a great deal of why Doc Martin's so popular.